How are we doing, guys? It's Luke here for SimBoxx. We're down at Rutter's Gym in Haywood. Delighted this evening to be joined by Michael Gomez Jr. Mike, how are we doing?
Sound mate, yourself?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Yeah, good to be down here watching you train, seeing you go hard there. Fully in camp.
It was good for you, mate, because it was not good for me. That I tell you, that it was not good for me.
So yeah, we're a few weeks away from the big fight with Jordan Flynn, a fight you've took on relatively short notice. I'm sure you've took fights on shorter notice in the past. But,
I actually haven't, you know, mate.
No?
No, and the reason being that is because normally, when I was making super featherweight, I needed a hell of a long time to obviously make the weight, and as well, probably my lifestyle in between camps. Not as in, I'm not going mad drinking and eat, but just wasn't tending to train, fight, train. It was just have a fight, training camp, fight, and then 3-4 months off, do the same thing over and over again. So that, obviously I needed the time to get prepared. But this fight, I know everyone only found out Saturday, 2 weeks before. Well, funny enough, my manager Kevin, when the show got postponed on the 28th of January, was it?
Yep.
No, it was obviously before that. The show was for that, but I was still in Plaster Paris, and I messaged my manager saying if either of them get injured, or I'm sure my cast will be off by then.
Yeah. And
obviously, I didn't fully believe I'd get the chance, but it was just a little motivation to get me through the. Obviously, because that was that time, when I had surgery, from here to arm cast. I didn't think they told me obviously like they always do, surgeons, they've got to be overcautious, so it might never be the same. And when you sat on the shelf, mate, watching on, you think the worst, don't you? I didn't think I'd ever be back again. So yeah, lucky enough, is it 4 weeks? I don't know what it is. It's soon, mate. Yeah. And I've got the chance to get myself back on the big stage, big performance, and carry on. We move.
Absolutely. Now, this fight against Jordan Flynn is going to take place at lightweight, so you're moving up from super featherweight. Talk to me about the benefits of moving up in weight at this stage of your career.
What's it, £5? That's the benefit itself, mate. I don't know precisely how long, but I reckon I've been making super feather at least 8 years. At least 8 years. I might be wrong, but it's around that. And I'm not necessarily the biggest as in thickest of sets, but I'm 5'10", 5'11", mate. It's a big frame for 9 stone 4. You know what I mean? And when you've been making it for years on years, what am I now? 30. I'm a 31, a 30. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how old I am. I think I'm 31. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, mate. So it's helping. To be honest, I should have moved up when I was meant to fight, but the first time, and I unfortunately fell ill. Yeah. I think that was a sign my body saying it was done. Yeah. Because people are going to have their own opinion there. I was in the back of the changing rooms. Kevin, Kevin's one of the. If he thought for a second that I didn't fancy the job or anything like that, one, he wouldn't put me in the fight again the second time around. And Kevin he's an honest man. Yeah. He would have cut me away. Mate, I was pissing blood, and I'm sorry for swearing, but I was in a bad way, mate. And that was probably then. And from then onwards, I went straight into camp once I recovered from the illness, because I was like, I need to prove a point. And by the time it come around the second time, I was just dead, mate. And that's no excuse to bet I'm on one of the night. Boxing, I chose to stay at that weight, so I have to take the consequences of bet I'm on one of the night. Yep. But that performance was the worst performance of my career, and I put it down to me just being, what do you want to call it? I was obsessed with becoming British champion at featherweight, and that obsession I was more obsessed with that than being healthier and giving myself a better chance.
I think it's fair to say, listening to you there training and the things that you're saying, that you're just as obsessed to become British champion at lightweight as well.
That's what, again, people, when you have kids, mate, it changes you. And my daughter was born in January before I boxed Kane Baker. I think I boxed Kane in, was it March or April? Not last year, the year before, so it was like 2024. She was born late March. So I was in camp all the way through that. I just lost. I think being in the camp and not spending time with her, I think she just ate away at me, and then I went from that to the Belotti fight, and then obviously the fight fell through, so then we had to go again. And I think I lost interest from it, mate. From before the Kane fight, I just lost, not interest, that's the wrong word, but I think the missing, the feeling like I was missing out and spending time at home, and I think it just caught with me, mate. And instead of just taking a little step back and enjoying a bit of family time and then going again, I think it just let it eat away at me, and then unfortunately, but now, not unfortunately, when I got injured in May and having that surgery, it's probably the best thing that's probably ever happened to me, mate. Now I've come out the other side, and as long as the bastard can last me another 4 weeks and get me through the fight, and we don't become any more injuries, it's the best thing that could happen to me in my career.
So Jordan Flynn's the opponent. Do you know too much about Jordan? Is he someone that you go and watch, or do you leave that to
Jordan,
Alex?
we was actually meant to fight. SimBoxx, Kane Baker. I don't think it was the second time when did they draw or they beat, whichever one of them when they drew. So I think it was the second fight. I was meant to fight the winner of that fight, obviously for the English, and then they drew, and then I think they got put forward to fight a third time. Obviously for whatever reasons they both went separate ways. So then Kane ended up fighting me. So we knew of him then, but yeah, we've shared. I think we've boxed on the same show 2 or 3 times. So yeah, look. I'll be honest with you, mate, I don't pay much interest in that. The best me on that night, if I turn up anywhere near my level, I don't see it being... This fight's only competitive because of how much time I've had out and my last performance. Before the Bellotti fight, would this fight happen, truthfully? Probably not, no. Because I am better. I don't care how this... I'm the level above him. And I do believe that. And the only making this thing that makes this fight doable is because, one, I've had performance last time out and I've had 13 months out the ring by the time the fight comes around. So... it kind of evens it out a bit.
Yeah, so originally you was going to have a comeback fight on the Kevin Marie show in Oldham. You obviously took a bigger opportunity on a bigger show.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, mate.
No, the problem was then was just testing the hand, but then the hunger have got me. I don't want to fight a journeyman. I've had 5 title fights in the last 6 fights or something like that. I don't want to fight a journeyman, not going to fight back. Yep. This fight, if this somehow goes wrong, it's my own fault for being greedy and wanting to get back in the big time and not giving myself a chance to have a comeback fight. That's my fault. But then if I go in there and fight a crab that's not going to fight back from road sweeper from Bulgaria or something, and I start smashing him on top of the head and break my hand, mate, then it's another 6, 8, 12 months out of the ring. Because that can happen, mate, when they start putting their head down on you. Because as you can see, when I fight me, I go for home runs, you know what I mean? I'll go for the glory all the time, mate. So I said to Kev, I said to him, he'll back me up on this in January, whenever the fight fell through. I said, if for whatever reason, either of them two out the fight, make sure you throw my name. And he rang me and was like, the kid, I won't mention the kid's name, mate, because he's a ball sack. But the guy who was fighting pulled out, and then I said, Kev rang me and said, so-and-so's full out, do you want to take the fight? I said, go and ring him back and tell him, let's make the fight. Yeah, I'm done, we're good. Yeah, let's go.
Well, you say there the name you didn't want to mention, that's of course Aqib Fiaz, and it seems like
Aqib
Fiaz is the name that's...
Is that? Is that? Anyone know him? No one in here does.
But is that a fight that you want eventually down the line? Your paths have
mate,
kind of crossed over the years.
Listen, that fight can happen next. I don't even know why it's actually... It's not even... do you know what it is with me? It's not actually personal for me. It's the fact that this fake persona that he's putting on, that he's become this sort of person that he thinks he's become now. He's not that guy. And that's one thing I don't like. Me, he's fake ass. He's just a little fake ass prick, mate. That's what he is. And you know, when I beat Jordan Flynn, I'm sure he's going to open his mouth and want it. And me, the only reason the fight didn't happen because the swelling, like we could have got, and they're probably going to get in trouble saying this, but you can get injections and that. None of that would have helped, mate. The swelling wouldn't go down on my hand, so I couldn't get my hand in a glove. If I could have got my hand in a glove, whether it was the way it was or not, the fight would have happened. We couldn't physically get a hand in a glove. Like everyone knows with tying gloves, you have to turn your hand that way. Don't you tie? Mate, I couldn't straighten. My hand wouldn't straighten. Trying to get my hand, it was not happening. So we tried everything possible, mate. And I wouldn't have gone and paid. We wouldn't have gone and paid for surgery, mate. If it was like, do you know what I mean? I've got kids and got family, mate. We had to pay for surgery. Like it was to rush to get back. And when I'm going to do a job on him on the 27th, 8th, whenever it is, and then if he wants it in straight after it, we can go. If not, I'd like what's that kid called? Who's just been on about? Who I thought was Scottish and he's not Scottish.
Louis Daughter, British champion.
Yeah, I know he's British champion with Queensbury. I don't actually know the guy. I've watched him fight once. You know, I want to win all I want to do is win the British title. Yeah. And if he's got it and he hasn't got an opponent in the summer, I know he's with Queensbury. And when I went, I'd like that next. But I'm easy, mate. I'm easy to match. Ring my manager Kevin. If it makes sense for my career, we'll take it. If not, make it make financially sense. Either or, it's done. Other than that, it's that simple.
Brilliant stuff. And just to close out, we'll fast forward 4 weeks. Fight night comes, a rejuvenated, really excited. Michael Gomez, hungry. Talk to me about fight night.
Fold him in half, mate. I'm gonna. You know what it is? It's easy saying it, but stylistically, we've got to go off all our fights together. Stylistically, if he comes out the same Jordan Flynn that we've seen for all the career, and I come out this, and the best of us and the best of you, the best of me and the best of him to about night. I don't see how he beats him, mate. I hit harder than him. I'm better on the inside. I'm just an all-round better fighter. And now, I'm not dead, mate, out of the way. You know, if anything, I'm fresh, mate. I'm middle of camp, mate, and I don't feel like I'm in camp. and I'm doing more now than I've ever done. I've done 8 rounds. I sparred 8 rounds this morning. We just done that horrible thing over there.
CrossFit.
Yeah, the bike thing, mate. And like, I'm just in the best shape. And I've got a massive shout out to Al, wherever he is, mate. I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, he's over
Alex,
at the
mate.
back
Yeah. When I came to see Alex, I don't remember when I seen you. When did I see you? I seen him in October, mate. I was waiting to get surgery, mate. I was useless. And I was like, can I just come down and train with Jake and Kildare? And he was like, yeah, of course. And he was going out of his way, giving me pads. And mate, he didn't need to. I couldn't do anything. I was just wanting that he spent time, mate. And he kept saying, "We'll get you. You'll get back. You'll get back. You get back." This, I didn't think this partnership would have come about the way it has, mate. And honestly, right now in my career, I don't think it could have worked out better for me. I'd like his motivation. He's that motivated when he's in here. I cannot be getting more. My coach wanted it more than me. Like, he pushes us, and you'd think he's fighting. And so when he's got that energy, mate, it makes me want it more. And on the 28th, I'll repay all the boys that fight, and I'm going to steam him, and then he's on to the biggest fights. The biggest fights I can get this year, mate.
Brilliant stuff. It sounds all good. And
But no,
look
you know, it's
forward
like
to
saying
fighting
he's
it.
doing it to a different thing, you know. Man, on the 28th, I might go out and get my head punched, and who knows. But either way, mate, the 28th, I'm just good. I'm just happy to be back, mate. I didn't think it was going to be possible. May last year, when they told me, when you think surgery, mate, you think you're knackered, don't you? You think you're done. And it happened off the back of a worst career performance, and then going into a fight, like, I had confidence. I was just like, maybe this is just not meant to be, mate. So now I'm coming straight back into arguably one of the biggest shows in the last, I'd say, 6 months, in terms of being every fight on there's a title fight. It was a big show, you know. So it's my chance to get back, to win this in the style that we believe I will, and we'll be back on to, like I say, either of them 2 fights in June, July.
Yep.
May 9th. I think there's a show May the 9th, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
I get this done early enough. We'll be good to go on that.
Brilliant stuff, Mike. I appreciate your time. Wish you
No
the best of luck
worries,
with the
mate.
fight.
Thank
Best
you.
looking rest of camp.
Cool
Thank
little
you.
equipment as well, this, mate. Nice,
Totally.
I like it.